The Canadian economy has really suffered a blow from the dramatic decline in oil prices. There's no question that the Bank of Canada's response this week was the direct result of their concern about just how big this blow might be. Oil prices have fallen 56%, and we've already seen evidence that in Alberta, especially in Newfoundland, that there have already been substantial layoffs, cancellation of a lot of capital spending projects. The growth in Alberta was 3.5% in 2014, and we'll be lucky to see maybe 0.5% growth this year. I applaud what the Bank of Canada has done. I think it sends the right message, the message being that they're there and they understand how serious it is and that they'll do whatever it takes.
The key takeaway for me was I had a different reaction to the Bank of Canada rate decrease. I thought it was too quick. I didn't understand why we were doing it, given how low the Canadian dollar was. But I didn't understand the overall weakness in the Canadian economy and the very positive announcement effect this has on business and on investment. So I changed my view 180 degrees after listening to Sherry.
The rate cut, though, how big an impact will it have is the question. Mortgage rates are likely to edge down a bit. The real key is whether or not the business sector, the exporters outside of the oil patch, will take the opportunity of a weaker Canadian dollar and lower interest rates to invest in capital projects and investments in technology, software, machinery, and equipment. I think that most of the provinces of Canada will see a bit stronger growth this year than last, but for the country as a whole, we'll be lucky to see 1.5% to 2% growth this year.
Yeah, the great advantage of having Sherry Cooper and Gordon Pitts are manifold. First, it's a great branding for us to the Toronto business community that we can attract people of this caliber and of such great national standing. Second, and maybe probably more important, they bring to our students and to our audiences this deep-seated knowledge of Canadian business. They've been so involved in Canadian business for 20, 30 years that the way they can interpret things is from a deep, long-term background. So it's not like reacting to X, but it's putting X into the framework. I've heard this before. We've gone through this. The Canadian oil sector goes through booms and shocks. They will adjust to it. The oil price is falling mainly because of speculation. The fundamentals have shifted, but at this point it's like a one-sided bet. You can't lose. You bet against oil until it reverses itself. Then it'll go back up again. So it's this wisdom that they bring to current events that I think is so fundamentally important to us.